DHS claimed when this clip first came out that it was a year-old clip and that it was Chicago PD that had put their knee on top of this 15-year-old girl's head. Incidentally, I believe the girl, this teenager, is an American citizen. They don't care. This is number 9, I think.
Evelyn's parents say her boyfriend got a call that ICE was in his neighborhood. They went there to try and warn people and record officers. This led to a violent arrest. Homeland Security says they took no part in. Sirens and undercover law enforcement cars flooded this Hoffman Estates neighborhood Friday. You see 18-year-old Evelyn get pulled out of the passenger seat. She is thrown to the ground and says she is not resisting arrest. All while the officer handcuffs her and appears to put a knee on her back.
I couldn't protect my child.
Her parents, Gerardo and Jasmine, say these are images they cannot get out of their minds.
They were telling them they were U.S. citizens. It was very scary to see that video.
She's an American citizen.
Evelyn's parents say their daughter and her 2 friends were taken in cars to the Hoffman Estates Police Department parking lot where they sat for hours.
While we were there, we were trying to ask questions. When are they going to be released? What are the charges?
At this point, they say they didn't know if they would ever see Evelyn again. They were all released after hours of waiting, but there is confusion tonight on which department these officers are with. In this tweet, the Department of Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin comments on Evelyn's arrest video. It says, "Imagine being so desperate to demonize law enforcement, you post a video from a burglary arrest Chicago police made over a year ago. This isn't even ICE." But Hoffman Estates police say ICE was in the area on Friday. They sent us this statement that reads in part, "The only interaction we had with ICE was when they came to the police department to file a police report and reference an incident that occurred during their enforcement. They ultimately decided to complete the report this week with us and have not completed that yet." Evelyn's parents say they want someone to hold
In other words,
accountability.
these guys just extrajudicially decided to detain these people outside of the law, leave them in the parking lot as a way of punishing them for being in the neighborhood and either honking their horn or yelling out their car window. That's what went on there.
They separated the daughter from her parents, or, I don't know.
No, from the friends.
Oh, from the friends. I'm sorry, the parents were from the friends. But to that point, it's like they are almost targeting them, like a girl like that when she's alone. Or when
I think
they
she
don't
was
have
with
parents.
her friends, and they
Okay.
were all doing that. They were going down. The boyfriend had called. She went down into the neighborhood because ICE was reportedly there from the boyfriend. And this was their way of saying, like, you can't honk your horn. You can't tell the people there. This is just, and this, that's why they go to the police department. They're like, "Hey, we're here. We got somebody in the car, but we'll fill it out later." And they just never do it because they detained for 3 hours.
My only point about it is just that, like, what we said about this ICE mass Gestapo, where they have no identifying information, that this is going to incentivize targeting and kidnapping extrajudicially, and it's already happening. Yeah. Just to give, like, people just think about the ramifications of this. This is a girl with her friends yelling at ICE or whatever. Is it beyond the realm of possibility that they are targeting a group of people that they know they are underage because these thugs get off on this kind of thing? How do we know that that's not the case? And how do we know that it's not inspiring copycats who aren't even a part of ICE, which is bad enough?
ICE agents are not going after tough bad guys. They are afraid to do that. That's why they're camping at fucking Home Depot and courtrooms and going after teenage girls.
The idea that they would have had this many arrests over this many months, and we have not heard of a single incident other than, like, nude bicyclists or giraffe costume wearing singers in terms of any type of assault on these guys. There's been no shootouts. There's been nothing of all these sort of like dangerous terror cells that they're going after. There's been none of this.
Some guy might have tried to like hit him with a screwdriver at Home Depot.
But they are looking for a pretext for all of this.
100%.
All of this. This is what they're doing. The belligerence even of the foreign policy with Venezuela. They're bombing boats off the coast of Venezuela because they want Maduro to respond, because they want there to be an excuse, a pretext for regime change. They're doing this in the communities. They want people to respond or go after an ICE agent in a violent way as opposed to the legal speech-based protest ways, so that they can say, well, it's time to escalate these tactics because the economy is going to keep getting worse. Trump can't deliver on that. He is incapable and is also making things worse with the tariffs. And also because this is all about his buddies getting rich, no interest. So the only thing that he has interest in and the only thing he can pursue is the Stephen Miller agenda. And Miller is desperate for any pretext to invoke the Insurrection Act. So they can't get slowed down by judges as they have in Oregon and in California and now and then Illinois subsequently, where they say you can't do this. But if he invokes the Insurrection Act, their viewpoint is that they can go over the court's head.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.